fall, I let you go. I'm giving it up for maybe.
Hey guys, so this video, if all goes well, is going to be the th video in my Vlogmas series. I am trying to pre-film all of like the sit-down videos, which I'm sure you've now heard 5 or 6 times. But yeah, so today we're gonna do a get ready with me, and it's just gonna be chatty and a life update and just, you know, just us catching up, us gabbing, talking about Vlogmas so far, you know, and doing makeup. So yeah. Initially it was gonna be like a winter look, but then I realized that it's not very wintry yet, and so I didn't really want to do a winter look. And then I looked up when winter starts, and it didn't start until the 21st, and so I was kind of like, it would be lame to do a winter look. We can do lots of winter looks in the in like January and March, but like I don't really want to do a winter look when it is not yet winter, especially since it's like we got a ways to go, at least in New England. Like, it is still like we still haven't had we've had snow, but no snow has like stuck to the ground, so we really haven't had our like first official snow day. So yeah, I don't want to wait for that before I start getting into all the wintry things. So this is my Imperialis moisturizer. My skin has been significantly more dry in this winter season, and so I'm really working on I'm just adding lip balm because it's making me think of how dry I am. I've actually been going through my lip balms really fast, which never happens, and I think it's because it's so dry here. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Optical Illusion primer, which this is actually, I feel like this is really helping my skin because it's like hydrating and it's argan oil and rosehip. And so I've been like putting it under my eyes, you know, to like prime them, and I feel like it's actually been like an extra step of hydration. I'm a big fan. I like it. I like how it feels. I don't really know what to talk to you guys about, so one of the reasons I'm pre-filming is because the first 2 weeks in December are my finals. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Like, as you're watching this, I am finishing up my finals. I'm taking my last tests for my second term. So I've already had a round of finals, and now this is like my second one. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I have to give like a presentation in one of my classes, and then my other 2 classes are normal exam finals, and so that's what I'm gonna be doing while you're watching this. This is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Fair Light Neutral, and I am almost done with it. Exciting times. I'm really excited. This year, I've decided, like 2020, I've decided is just gonna be like, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just do like a life catch-up. It's really gonna be like, or like a year catch-up. I don't know what I was just saying. Anyway, I've decided like 2020 is the year that, because I feel like this year was the year that I actually started like getting into makeup and like watching people who do makeup, and like this year is really going to be the year I start like supporting like indie-ish brands and like smaller brands and more ethical brands, not just in makeup, although I really do want to do makeup. I realized that one thing that I've been doing recently is I've been putting a little bit of primer on the pores on my cheeks, because I've really just not been doing full face looks, and I just feel like that covers them up a little bit more without me actually having to put more makeup on. So I'm just going to do that, even though it's like weird now. And yeah, so that's one of my big goals, is I want to like finish up a lot of the like older makeup in my collection, either from like really when I was first starting out, or like the past like 2 years of me just like kind of fiddling around with makeup that I just like have sitting around because I just don't use makeup enough to like finish them up. And so I just like, so be excited for some project pans and like panning challenges in the new year. I think I'm gonna get really into that kind of stuff, because if I am gonna get into makeup and there's gonna be more content about makeup, I still want it to be in my like belief system and my values of like using things and not like over consuming, and you know, so it's definitely still gonna be like, you know me, every makeup thing is like the same, but I do have like older products. Like I never use this Tarte highlight because it's a liquid highlight and it's so much harder to use and I'm just not very good at it, but like stuff like this is like, I'm going to be trying to like go through it, and so there'll be a lot more like, I feel like it's going to make the videos more fun. I've already decided which eyeshadow palette I'm going to pan because I only own 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I was basically like, you're not allowed to buy a 3rd eyeshadow palette because I've been watching a lot of people like declutter their 50 eyeshadow palettes, and I just like want to stop it in its tracks. I know I don't need more than 2. Like I don't need more than like 1 neutral palette and 1 like more fun palette, and I basically told myself, I was like, you can't buy a new palette until you hit pan on one of the 2 you already have. So I guess it's not like fully like only 2. I'm not saying like I have to finish it, but I'm just saying I have to have hit pan on it. I have to have used it enough to prove that I'm not going to just stop using it because there's another new palette in my collection, if that makes sense. And so obviously I could still build up a pretty big collection with that rule, but I'm relying on the fact that I know that that's something I don't want to deter me. And know that I also just don't really like buying makeup a whole lot, and so, because makeup is expensive and I am cheap, so yeah, basically that's the thing I'm doing. I don't really use this brush usually for like this part of my bronzing, but we're going to do it because why not? I feel like I've been wanting to bronze more because it's so fucking no light here, and I just want to be in like sun-kissed California. Sad times. But I've also been using my blush a whole lot more because I feel like I've been really going for that like whole snow-bitten, cold like blush look. I don't know. Also, I've just decided that I want to use up the blush in here because blushes take forever to use up, and I already have like a good dip in my highlight, in one of them at least. In the other one, I've been messing around with using it as an eyeshadow, and then I have a good dip in my contour because, again, those 2 are like the ones I actually use, versus the top and the bottom are both less likely to get used. But I really do. I've been like playing with this, and I can basically do highlight, contour, eyeshadow. I don't know why I closed it. Highlight, contour, eyeshadow, and blush like all in one, and so this could be my entire face, and like I wouldn't have to use any other product, and I love that as a thing. It really fits the vibe that I'm trying to live with in this life. I'm gonna do the Urban Decay Naked palette, but yeah, point being, I have a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about in the new year. I'm definitely going to start getting more, but also like with that, it's also just like my consuming in general. I'm going to try to just shop so much more locally, both here in New England where I'm going to college, but also back home. Here it's a little bit harder. I live kind of like, I live in a city, but it's like, I live at the very edge of a city. Like I live like, I'm closer to towns than I am to the actual downtown of the city, and so it's kind of hard to have access to like the things that cities have. And so yeah, I'm going in with Hotspot and I am pressing down my primer. But yeah, so that's the only something I want to do. I want to support local, and the truth is, like, if I was downtown, I'd probably just be supporting like bigger brands anyway. Like the things that I'm like thinking about not being close to are not smaller brands. There's brands like Target and stuff, and so I definitely just need to find the smaller brands in my area, or not brands, but like smaller companies. Yeah, I don't know. That's just like one of my, I'm gonna have a whole video about like my 2020 intentions and like goals, but I just, as long as we're chatting, you know. what else can we talk about? Okay, so now I'm using Caution for essentially the same thing, but it's just more skin colored. For my skin tone. Oh my gosh, I just dropped everything. Can I like clean that up a little bit? I kind of like got a bunch of other colors into Hotspot, and because it's white, it's very obvious. Okay, there we go. I'll just use that on my lid. Woo! There we go. Okay. Sorry, Hotspot. But yeah, so I'm really getting used to like using Caution like this and like covering up like the veins on my eyes. Like that's not something I ever did before, but I've just been like watching people and they do stuff like that, and so I'm kind of been like, okay, I can get on this train. Okay, so now I'm using Juicy, and I'm just putting it on my lid. I'm probably gonna put it a little bit above my lid actually. It's just a very light color, so it's just gonna be the main color of this look, I think. But yeah, so I wanna like support some more like zero waste type companies, and I also want to support some more like indie brands and people of color and stuff like to that effect. And I feel like I can do both once I like don't have such like, I know 2 palettes isn't very much in the grand scheme of things, and I know it's not very much in like YouTuber life. I'm gonna use Bang now as like a kind of crease color. Maybe not, maybe just the lid color, because that seems to be how I decided to apply it to my face. Okay, so one thing I will say with this like naked palette is I use my own brush now. I used to use the one that they gave me, and I watched like a bunch of people say it was like bad, and I was like, is it really? And then I used this, and I like using this palette so much more now. Because, sorry, I think they're vacuuming in the hallway. But yeah, that's something that I'm really looking out for, in terms of I just like want to support more that kind of stuff. I want to support more like when it comes to like toiletries and like soap and like shampoo bars and stuff like that. I want to support more like homemade businesses, like Etsy businesses, like when I'm not in an area where I can support the local businesses, like here. But I feel like with makeup, like there's not really like, I don't know any local businesses that do makeup. I definitely could support some of the like the more eco-friendly Etsy shops, but with makeup I'm more like interested in supporting like indie brands and more type of like that, or like that kind of stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I feel like we've been talking about this for a while. We can change the subject. I feel like the school year went pretty well for me. When you're watching this again, I will still be taking classes, but I should be like okay. I don't think my classes are like they're going fine. It is a lot. My school is a lot. It's 7 weeks of expedited classes, so like class every day, class for like multiple hours every day, homework for multiple hours every day. It is like a lot, but it's like the same course that like a normal college student is taking, but it's just so much faster, and that can make it like really. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna use privacy, and I'm just gonna do my crease. And it can make it like a lot. Like sometimes I'm just like a little overwhelmed. My math is really a lot this semester. Like it's a good teacher. It's a really good teacher. But they're just like, they give so much homework. And honestly, like it really helps for tests. And so I'm not even like mad. This isn't me complaining about my homework load. This is literally just like, my school is a lot, but it's okay. Because it's my lot that I chose. And I love it overall. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with a glimmer. I decided that the glimmers work better when I use my fingers. I'm gonna use the Young Love glimmer. Looks like this. Use it on the first half of my eye. And I'll probably go in with like the Bang Bang, which is the like lighter pink glimmer on the outer half of my eye. Okay. It looks like this. I'll swatch it for you. Yeah, I honestly, like, I really do like the colors of this palette. Like, I'm not super creative, and I don't, like, step out of my comfort zone very often, but I really do like these colors. Yeah, this looks nice. I love Turn On, like, significantly. Like, that's not the color I'm using right now. I'm using Bang Bang, but I just, like, I use Turn On all the time, where I just do a look, and then I just coat my entire eyelid with Turn On, because it's just, like, this, like, silvery, I'll swatch it for you. It's, like, it's not silver, but it kind of goes on my skin silver. It's, like, a pinky, but, like, when it's on my eye, it looks just, like, really pretty and silvery and nice, and I like it. I might actually put some on with the Bang Bang, because the Bang Bang isn't showing up super well. This is definitely my favorite, and so I'm kind of like, I need to start using the other ones, but I also use it a lot because I think it just looks really nice. And then this is what the Bang Bang looks like. Ignore, it's like the first one. It's like this really light pink. It's really pretty, but I just feel like, I don't know, I need to do like a really light eye look and then just put the Bang Bang on. I also think I have a very similar kind of, I'm just going to blend it with this brush. I have a very similar kind of look with, I was telling you that I use that like Pacifica Blends palette to, I can like use the like upper highlight as like a eyeshadow because it is like a pinky. And in the winter we kind of you don't really do a shiny pink. Okay. There we go. And I feel like it's very similar in effect to that one, and so it's like, do I really need that one, or like, is that something that I'm like worried about? Not really. Okay, I'm gonna go do my spoolie for my eyebrows. If you watched a lot of my videos, you know that I usually use a spoolie for my eyelashes too, and I have been off and on, but we kind of did a more dramatic eye today, and I need to use this up before Christmas or before like the first couple weeks of 2020 because it is a mascara and they're only supposed to last for 6 months, and I opened this in May, and so technically now-ish is like the 6th mark line, but I'm hoping that it will last a little bit longer than that so I can get as much use out of it as I can. My plan currently is to keep using it and just use it really frequently until it starts to like bother my eyes a little bit. Maybe not then, but like, I don't really know. Once I like start to notice that like the formula seems to be changing or something, I don't know. I have been being really good about my eyes recently though, in terms of I've been putting my, I've been washing them off really well, and I've been putting on the coconut oil spoolie like twice a day, or at least once a day. When I do this, I only do it once a day, but like before I go to bed. And I do think my eyelashes have grown like a significant amount, and that makes me happy. Did I curl my eyelashes before I put this on? I can't remember. You're not really supposed to curl it after you put on the mascara, so I'm not gonna do it again. Sometimes what I do is I go back with the spoolie and I like fix out any clumps that are in there. Okay. I always feel like this eye has like this one part that just like kind of sticks down, and I would love it if it would curl up, but it won't. I'm gonna try to use this. And now we're going to go in with my EcoTools big brush and my Pacifica finishing powder, which is just like the vegan Ulta finishing powder. I love it, and it's cheap and it's vegan, and I don't know, I might explore some more options because obviously I have hit pan on this and I'm using it. I'm going to use it all up before I like think about other options, but obviously I'm close to finishing up because I have hit pan. I don't know, I like the matte look, especially right now in the winter where it's like, I don't know, like I don't really want a dewy finish when it's not a dewy vibe. Nothing else is a dewy vibe, you know? So, I don't know if that makes sense. I'm also still like sweating a lot because like there's heat in every building, and so it's like not like I'm not sweating just because it's cold. I don't know. In terms of like new stuff for the new year, I already have like all of January mapped out. I'm gonna pre-film at least all of January when I'm home for winter break, which I will be home until the second week of January, and so like pre-film, or I'm just gonna film at home kind of. I'm gonna try to do basically, I'm gonna keep a similar actual uploading schedule in the new year. The plan is currently to do every 3 days essentially, but like not necessarily, like every few days basically. Like I might do more, I might do less, because there might be times when I have more time to do a lot, and there might be times when I just don't have as much time, and I don't want to like be lying to you all and saying that I'm gonna post every 3 days. But I also, okay, I'm gonna use this Clinique lipstick. I've decided that I want to get rid of, or I want to go through all of the lip products I have, because my sister gave me a bunch like years ago, and you'll see them all in later in Vlogmas. I'm doing out like everything in my beauty collection when I get home, so it'll just be like everything here and at home. I don't know if this will look good because I put the lip balm on, but I decided that I want to go through those. Okay, I like how this looks. I put it on the other day and I had super chapped lips, and it was like, no, this is not the vibe. I don't know, I did. Oops. Anyway, but yeah, so I definitely like am going to be pre-filming while I'm home, at least for the month of January, if not for later than that, and then like any other videos that I do will be like dropped in. Other than that, so the point of that was like, so if you have any ideas, you should totally let me know down below, because I am happy to do whatever you want me to do, to an extent. But other than, I'm gonna do the Mario Badescu spray. I've had this here the entire time I've been here, and I really only started using it once it got cold, because I was cold. I mean, once it got like cold, because I was a lot drier, and so I was like, I guess I'll just like use this for hydration purposes. And I mean, it works for hydration purposes. Like, no one's saying it doesn't. But I definitely have not found it necessary during the rest of the year, so it's kind of like, I don't really know what the point of that was, but I'm just saying. Okay, if you like this video, you should let me know down below if you want to stick around. I make videos every few days, but currently I'm in the middle of Vlogmas, and that's a new video every single day. So that's really exciting. And you should totally stick around for that. Until next time, see you tomorrow.
If I get up again,